You seen this video?
My 3-year-old asked a loaded question this morning. We were practicing the armor of God, and I have them repeat after me. I'm like, stand firm then with the belt of truth, buckled around your waist. And after practicing a few times over and over again, she says with oatmeal in her mouth, what's truth? I'm like, how am I going to explain truth to my 3 and 4-year-old? But I had a mini flashback to the first day of my Old Testament class when our professor asked us the very same question. And he used this example, which I stole. So I point outside and I said, is it raining outside? And they're like, no. And I'm like, is it sunny outside? And they're like, yes. I'm like, that is the truth. If I said it was raining outside, I would be telling a lie. I point to the table and I'm like, is this a fork? And they're like, no, it's a table. And I'm like, that's the truth. I walk over to the fridge, I put my hand on it, and I'm like, is this a car? And they're giggling. They're like, no, it's the refrigerator. And I'm like, exactly. That's the truth. To say it's a car would be a lie. And as I'm explaining this to my kids, I get this revelation. And I think to myself, you cannot know a lie without first knowing the truth. You cannot know that the refrigerator is not a car without first knowing what a refrigerator is. And it hits me. Satan is the father of lies. He's the ultimate deceiver, and he is cunning. But he doesn't just point at a table and call it a fork. He points to the world and calls it opportunity. He points to our anxiety and calls it discernment. He points to our Bible reading plans and calls it legalism. He points to our laziness and calls it grace. He points to our conviction and calls it a guilty conscience. He points to our money hoarding and he calls it wisdom. He points to our unkind social media posts and comments and calls it courage. He points to political violence and calls it justified. The truth is we are not fighting against flesh and blood. We are fighting against the devil, his demons, and the unseen rulers of this dark world. And we haven't been given weapons of war. We have been given the weapon of God's word. And it is about time that we start learning what it says so that we can know how to use it. So we can know and really, really know that Jesus is who he says he is, that he is the way, the truth, the life, and that nobody comes to the Father except through him. Love y'all.